Hello, my name is Kelly Moore, and this is my nonverbal communication research paper presentation. I just want to start off by saying if you guys hear a loud like beeping or sound, I have construction going on in my backyard right now, and this is the only place I can escape it, and it's still pretty loud. So if you hear it, I am sorry about that. Um, this paper was to discuss about the different types of nonverbal communication, which that includes, I have to read off of it, I'm sorry, oculus and facial expression, posture and gesture, haptics, paralanguage or your tone of voice, proximus, chronomics, and physical appearance. And obviously you can see the one I chose was haptics. Sorry, that's not working. There we go. Okay, what we're going to discuss. I'm going to go over what exactly haptics is and what makes up haptics. I'm going to explain how it connects to emotions. And then lastly, I'm going to go over how it connects to our society and culture. So first off, what is haptics? Haptics, defined by Jacek Matalusi, hopefully I didn't butcher that, is an interpersonal communication, is defined as any communication system that supports mediation of touch between two or more persons. This is also, just to dumb it down, simply just touch, any type of touch, almost an instinct that we're born with when we are babies. Touch is our first line of communication when we don't know how to talk, which we will go over later. To break down touch even more, we have different types of touch. This includes functional professional, social polite, friendship and warmth, love intimacy, and sexual arousal. Um, Functional professional, I believe, would be something that's displayed through the workplace with your managers or your coworkers, or even at school with your teachers or your counselors. This is almost completely no intimate touch at all, and even any touch at all. Um, Maybe a handshake every now and then, but almost no touch. Social polite would be a touch that's friendly, like a greeting handshake if you're meeting a stranger, like a handshake, like I said. Next, we have friendship warmth. That's going to be any touch that's with your close friends, more intimate. I would describe it more of like a hug more than a handshake, something that's more intimate. Love intimacy, this is going to include your family, your really close friends, and even some of your relationships, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. This would be including kissing, even holding hands, and not kissing as I'm sorry, a kiss on the cheek or a kiss on the forehead, some type of greeting situation. Lastly, we have sexual arousal. This is going to be the most intimate touch, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The importance of haptics. Haptics is the most taught and used form of nonverbal communication compared to all the others that I went over before. Your level of haptic communication competence is extremely important to know how your society and culture functions and communicates, as well as other societies and cultures function. And we'll go over that a little bit later. Haptics and its connection to motion. This is extremely important. The first sense of action when wanting to display your own motions or comfort someone that's expressing your own is to use some form of touch. Again, Mataluski mentions this in his article, that touch as an important role in social communication, regulating physiological states and biological and social development. We can all relate to the fact that in our everyday lives, when we're feeling down, we're probably going to want some sort of comforting touch, whether that's a hug, just a hand on the back, or a pat on the back, that lets you know that your feelings are understood and valid. Touch and emotion are so connected that it's essential for babies to, when we first enter the world, to have that touch. A mother's or caregiver's touch is so beneficial to infants that it regulates their perceptions, thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Um, I thought of the example of premature babies or those born with complications, how magical and beneficial it is for them to have that skin to skin touch with their mothers, with their fathers, or just any skin to skin touch. I've seen so many different scenarios where children are born with complications and they thrive off of this skin to skin touch and they almost do a complete turnaround. Lastly, we have how it connects to society and culture. Touch can have many different meanings between cultures and societies. In some cultures, you may greet someone with a hug, a kiss, or even a handshake. Others, you may not touch at all. I know in some cultures, they bow to each other without any touch. A great example of this was described by Hans in the article Kinesis, Haptics, Proximus Aspects of Nonverbal Communication. They described that if we don't follow the importance of a firm handshake, a person might make negative judgments. Now, what do they mean by this? They are saying that if you may have a low competence, as I mentioned earlier, about going into a culture or a work culture, and say you're going in for an interview, and you don't know that you greet yourself with a firm handshake, they might see that as you're immature, unprofessional, and someone that they may not want to hire. So this is where I was explaining before how important it is to have not only haptic competence within your own societies and cultures, but within others as well. Not only does this show the differences between cultures and societies, but also how similar we all are in the end. Some similarities would include the instinct to want to use touch to comfort somebody or to provide or show attachment. Again, when someone's feeling sad, you want to show them that it's okay and that you want to comfort them, and we usually do this through touch. Um, the use of touch to show or display sympathy. This kind of ties in with the comfort. And lastly, the use of touch to display your own feelings and emotions. I know when I'm excited, I want to grab somebody and tell them my news because I'm so excited. Or if I'm anxious or scared at say, a haunted house, the first thing I want to do is grab the person that I'm with their hand so that I feel some type of security. So in conclusion, haptics is super essential to our everyday lives throughout the whole world. It is something that is needed and displayed early on in life and is the most taught throughout all of these other nonverbal communication forms. It allows us to provide comfort and display understanding, as well as displaying our own emotions and wanting to receive our own type of comfort. It is used in everyday lives throughout all types of touch in certain situations, whether that's being at a workplace or being intimate with your partner. It brings all communities, societies, and cultures together while also creating a mass individuality between them all of them. Without it, we would live in a world that is extremely alone and isolated, I feel. I feel like haptics or touch really brings everyone together and makes the world so great that we live in today. Thank you.